of Faye Dunaway, aka Gay Runaway. She had no idea that her performance in this movie was not going to earn her an Academy Award nomination. Somehow she thought what she was doing was truly good acting, and as we know, it's out of control. Rutanya, you must have seen this movie a lot of things.
Yeah, I just saw it last night. As a matter of fact, she had a lettuce Halloween thing.
Are you serious?
No,
It's got some play, I guess.
it's getting a lot of play.
So what do you
Halloween.
Halloween,
It's Halloween.
exactly.
So with this group of people, with these press luminaries, what are you most excited about tonight to experience when we're watching the movie again?
Well, it always kind of changes. You're focusing on different things, but it's like different moments. Kind of wow, I don't remember that, or the little ugly little doll that Christine's holding. All of a sudden you see this little doll, and not the big pretty one, but all of a sudden in the bed there's this, who put this little doll in, Or one of Faye's earrings is missing on one of the shots. You get the chocolate earrings and then the one earring is missing. So those little things, as I watch it, there's little other things that I pick up on. And of course, I age, and she doesn't. It's a miracle.
It's not a miracle. It's a procedure.
It's a procedure because she forgot to tell my makeup person and me that she was not going to go into the last stages of makeup, so she did it deliberately, I'm sure. So I came in looking like an old hag, and she still looked really good. But Charlie Schramm, my makeup guy, was so upset. He said, she should have told us she wasn't going to do it. I would have kept you in the age makeup prior to that. So.
Wow. And weren't you made to look more homely?
Oh yes. The first, there's 3 occasions Frank came in with my makeup man, Charlie Schramm. He said, "Oh no, she's looking too good." Second stage, you gotta look really. No, this is not good. You gotta look worse. The third stage, he came in. He said, "Rutanya, if you look this good, they will have you fired, and there's nothing I can do about it." And so I said,
the producer.
this is the director.
The director.
The director, Frank Perry. And then, so I said to my makeup man, Charlie, I said, "Charlie, just make me look bad." Because just make me look bad. So because he had done.
You should have let me do your makeup.
I'm just glad you've let it go and you're not bitter. No, but seriously, she's written a brilliant book about it.
Yes,
And what I
yes.
love about it, to derail the whole conversation here, is you portray Faye Dunaway as a rounded person. There are moments when she's actually relaxed and almost human when she's not in the competitive arena of filming, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's only when the cameras are on, like me, on Cocktails and Classics.
Tell us about the book. How did the book? So you wrote a diary when you were making this film.
I kept a diary, actually day-to-day diary of the actual filming, because I was going through a really bad time in my own personal life. I was going through a chaotic time on the set. So the only way I could kind of keep my sanity, balance, clarity is to journal it. So when I journaled it, I felt better. It was like the journal therapy. And so that's how I came, and this was never intended, I was never intended to publish it. This was not for publishing. And I didn't know until recently that people were interested in what happened, and I'm the only voice that really recorded this. So that's how I came to do the book. I just did the.
You went back and you went back and when you reread it, did it all come flooding back?
Oh yeah, all the details. Well, I put it away in this box. So I went through all my boxes and I found my journals. I said, okay, this is kind of interesting, because it came back and I thought, I was amazed at how much of the details I wrote, because I didn't remember exactly what I wrote. It's like Faye tried to remember 30 years earlier, now that she's writing her book. And
She's writing a book about Mommy Dearest,
Yeah.
about her.
Mommy Dearest.
And did she reach out to you?
Yes, she wanted me to come in and help her write a book.
And did you?
For no money? Nothing? Just a freebie? No. I said, you know what? Just read my book if you need it.
That'll refresh your memory, actually. DJ, why do you think this movie is so popular in the gay community?
Well, as a drag entertaintress myself, this, Joan Crawford really is kind of the instruction manual on how to treat people kindly around you and just be a diva for sure. Not kindly, that was a joke. But it was a classic, and originally I'd never seen the film. Hold on.
Yes.
I hadn't seen the film prior to I was 18 when I first started being able to get into the gay bars in Dallas, and we're up watching on the screen. This lady's beating kids with wire hangers and on the floor with all this powder. And drag queens are doing this number over and over. So I knew the drag numbers of Mommy Dearest before I knew the actual film. And I was like, I probably should go watch this before Michael snatches my gay card. And so that's what you'll see though this season. A lot of films either I hadn't seen before or I didn't know all the history to, and a lot of the people, including this one over here, beats me over the
This
head.
one's like
with the knowledge.
Judy Holiday of color. She's a little wide-eyed and a little in need of education, but she wants to learn. And I'm willing to provide that service.
Thank you. Oh, services, hallelujah.
I'd say my favorite part about doing Cocktails and Classics is the relationship between DJ Pierce and Michael Musto.
And when we agree, it's scary.
It's so very rare.
I just have to say, I saw Mommy Dearest at a press screening in 1981. I ran to a payphone, remember those? Called my friend and said, I've just seen the best movie ever made. It works on every level for me. Cautionary tale, fashion show, insider, tell all. Faye Dunaway is brilliant. She was over the top. Newsflash, Joan Crawford was over the top. The scene where Faye Dunaway has cold cream and a headband, severely Mame, to me is kabuki acting at its finest. And she is matched every step of the way by little Mara Hovell as little Christina. Why do gays love this movie? It's the ultimate bitch fight for 2 hours. And then somehow Mara, I've thought this out, Mara grows up to be Southern Diana Scarwood for some reason. Why did you adopt me? And it still works. And all of those lines are so priceless. Don't fuck with me, fellas. But I like the less celebrated lines, I think you're underreacting, Mrs. Chadwick.
Michael, why do the young gays need to see this movie? What makes this movie a classic, and why is it instructional?
The fashion, the lines, the acting, it's kabuki, it's camp, and yet it makes you feel something. How can you not feel for Christina and what she's gone through?
Yeah.
And also you create a connection too. People who maybe haven't seen the movie before, or the younger generation of gays, connect to people who've seen the movie and know so much about it, means so much to them, and then you're like, oh, I see Mommy Dearest, you see Mommy Dearest, we're cool.
What are we missing? Anything else? What else is amazing about it?
I have to thank Christian Freedom for my wire hangers.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I had a question, because I was thinking as you were talking about, because I love Joan Crawford, she was one of the greatest stars of all time, but her acting was a certain sort of stylized, so do you feel like that Faye captured that, and so for her to capture the kind of bad acting of a legend, Michael Musto, I'm talking to you?
She meant to do it?
Michael's expert.
Should I leave? I think Joan Crawford was a good actress.
I
And I like Faye Dunaway. I want to now, thanks to Christian Freedom, I have a prize for a quick trivia contest, okay? Very quick.
Oh, yeah.
Which is which Oscar-winning actress, and by the way, the prize is a video of Faye Dunaway as Evita Peron, and she plays it exactly like Joan Crawford. Which Oscar-winning actress was all set to play Joan Crawford in Mommy Dearest? Panel, don't give it away. You don't know it anyway. But she backed out due to script problems.
I saw a hand here.
Who raised their hand first?
And Bancroft.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Oh, Frankie!
Oh, there's a prize.
Wow, really
I knew
got
it first.
You're the gayest person in the room.
Can we watch this together, please?
We're watching at Frankie's house.
Ooh, the VCR.
As for how you to transfer that to DVD, as Joan Crawford said, you figure it out.
Please tweet about this. Hashtag cocktails and classics. And also tweet about the hotel. Thank you for Eventi.
Hashtag Eventi Hotel.
And thank you, Eventi Hotel, for having us. This is a gorgeous
Thank
room.
you.
This is a fabulous room.
I just have a question.
Went over budget because she was continually late. That was one of the scenes that had to be cut.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I saw her roller skate in a play, so I'm sure she would have ice skated really well. She was a good roller skater.
You saw roller skate in a play?
In a play. She did a play after Mommy Dearest, year after Mommy Dearest. It opened and
That was
closed.
Linda Blair. Roller boogie.
I do have a question.
You.
So do you think that this movie killed Faye Dunaway's career?
I do.
Thank you.
And Rutanya had an interesting observation in her book. Faye thought she was going to get nominated for the Oscar.
She did.
Not
The
really.
performance divided people because she was the first runner-up for the New York Film Critics Best Actress the same year she won the Golden Rabbit for Worst Actress for the same performance.
Wow.
I think
She got a
Pia
Golden
Zadora
Globe
won the New York Film Critics
She
Best
was nominated for Golden Globe? Is that right? For this?
Didn't she?
Golden Globe nomination?
Michael knows everything. You gotta
But
ask him.
in her book is the revelation of why Faye really never wanted anything to do with this movie until she needed the money and now was working on her own book. And that is because she did not want to play second fiddle to Joan Crawford.
Wow.
Can you elaborate on that?
I think it's true. I think if she went to these events, Joan would be the star and Faye would not, because it's about Joan. And I think her ego doesn't allow her to be second fiddle to Joan.
But I think
Joan is
Hollywood, in
second
a
fiddle.
twisted way, protects their own
Yes.
icons, no matter how horrible they were as people, like Joan Crawford. And they actually blame Faye Dunaway, not only for her acting, but for participating in this, quote, smear of Joan Crawford.
I
Wow.
think
What's
you're-
ironic
I
is
think
that
that's a
this
great
is
insight,
what
by the way,
they're all
Michael.
going to remember her for. I think.
Yeah. So I'm glad she's finally embracing it in some way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
How did you go 30 years without realizing people would want to know about it?
Where was I?
Yeah.
I just woke up.
Well, tell us, somebody asked you to read from the diary publicly.
Well, actually, Hannah Lettuce was the first person.
Really?
3 years
Hannah
ago
Lettuce.
at Ziegfeld Theater. And I thought, oh, Hannah Lettuce wants me as a guest? I mean, like, the sense of low self-esteem has just been following me everywhere. I'm trying
Your
to
head is
break
not
it.
that big.
You have to tweet
I can't
that.
talk.
She's a friend, shut up.
So that was when I
Kinda
first
sucks.
became aware that people are interested in what happened. So that was sort of.
I should have called you an 81. Like, I'm just seeing the best.
Yeah.
Well, it was people like you who got on the phone as soon as they saw the movie and said, "This is amazing, you gotta come see it," that changed the studio's minds about how they were gonna market the film. They were originally marketing it as a drama, a biopic.
And there were empty theaters, and then they switched, and this is what pissed off Faye Dunaway. They switched to a campy ad campaign of no wire hangers. And Faye was appalled. You don't make a mockery of my work.
And then it became an enormous financial success in theaters. And of course, the cult classic.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I don't know. A modicum of it.
It's great to be in a cult classic, it really is. It's just the best. I can't thank you enough.
Breaking more gay stereotypes than I already have. I was watching old episodes of Donahue on YouTube today with Christina Crawford,
Oh,
Lana
yeah.
Turner's daughter Cheryl Crane, Gypsy Rose Lee's son.
E.T. Hyman?
No.
The macaroni and cheese.
And Cheryl Crane, Lana Turner's daughter, said that when Mommy Dearest came out, the book, she said to Lana, you know, is it this true? Did everyone know? And Lana said everyone in Hollywood knew that Joan was a horrible mother and beat her kids, but as you said, Michael, they sort of protected their own, and you wouldn't.
And what they
speak
called it
down
back
to
then
another
was
movie.
discipline.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, did everyone know that Lana made her daughter take the fall for killing Jonathan?
That was on part 2, which I haven't watched.
Did Lana take the
Well,
fall
was
for
it
a
true
job?
that
That's what
Joan
Joan
was in
said.
love with Betty Davis?
No, but Tallulah went out with Hattie McDaniel.
Thank you.
There we go.
Print that. What else? Should we start the movie?
Yes.
Let's watch it. Thank you all for being here. Thank you so much.